What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Jimbo Slice Workshop. If I stand on the right side of the sawhorse here. What we got for you today, this is the sole reason why I wanted to get into the Makita 12-volt CXT line, was this little trim saw here. So big shout out once again to Tool Pig. You've heard me mention him a couple times. He hooked me up with this saw. I love it. It's cool. It's small. It's light. It's one-handed. We're going to talk about it. Ran it through a couple things here so you can see how it works. Now the thing with this saw, it's a 3 3/8 inch blade, and the arbor size on it, it's in millimeters. Don't ask, it's Makita. It's 15 millimeter arbor. I want to say the blade is like 85 millimeters. So you can put the Rockwell smaller blades on here as well. Makita makes a couple tools. So the thing with this trim saw is that it has been around really for a long time, all the way back in the 9.6 volt line. Obviously they made some modifications, slight modifications over time with the grip, going from slide, stick packs, all sorts. So we're transitioning to the new 12 volt CXT slide pack. This is a 1.5 amp hour pack on here. Now this saw is model SH02. Max RPMs at 1500 a minute. Now I know it's not a lot. You're not going to be able to beat this saw down. This is good for light, one-handed, small dimensional work. You're not going to be framing houses with this thing. In terms of accuracy, it's very accurate. I'm going to show you a couple features of this saw as well. You can bevel up to 45 degrees. You have your depth guard back here. Max cutting is 1 inch, so you can't cut anything larger than 1 inch. So your 2x4s are out unless you cut it and come around on it. But for my big thing, I do a lot of smaller projects, not quite cabinetry building, but where I do a lot of cutting of 1/4 inch plywood. That's what I wanted this for. Set up a straight edge guide and just zip it right through. It's not going to cut the quickest, but it's not always a race when you're cutting with it. So let's zoom in and we'll talk a little bit about a couple things on here. Alright guys, so here's the saw itself. Okay, now the depth cut is right here. They're just wing nuts, okay, and it's just stamped metal plate. And then up here's on this wing nut is your bevel adjustment, okay. And then also here is your arbor lock. Here is the Allen key for your blade. Your little blade is right here. This is a Makita blade. Kind of hard to find blades for this, and they are pricey. Avanti Pro makes blades, Rockwell, and Makita. Those are the only brands that I've seen in this size blade. So right here you have your standard cordless saw trigger. Okay, you push the safety in. So that's about it for this saw. Good grip. It's got the same 12 volt max grip that the other 12 volt CXT tools have. So overall, I love this little saw. It's the reason why I got into this lineup here. It's cool, it's light, it's easy to use. It's great for a lot of smaller applications. Now, it's not going to compete with your Milwaukee M12 fuel circular saw. That's almost a full-size saw replacement right there. You can still, I think, cut 2x4s with that. And that saw's got crazy power to it. But this is kind of a different, more of a carpentry, not carpentry, more of a finishing carpentry level of work with this bad boy here. So good in the shop, good for just quick, thin cuts. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for Tool Pig for hooking me up with this. Make sure you check them out. One more quick thing I did want to mention is on this is 1 inch stock lumber. Obviously it's closer to about 7/8, but if you look here, I did a bevel cut with full depth at 45 degrees, and you only really get about 3/4 of an inch of cutting capacity. Actually a little less than 3/4. Looks like 5/8 of an inch total bevel cut capacity at full 45 degrees. So keep that in mind there too. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching.